Hey everyone, welcome back to Firestone Forge. I think this will be the last story I tell today. My voice is starting to feel that I don't normally talk this much. But this is an SCA story time that I'm sharing, and it's about my knight, Sir Taliesin de Morlaix. Now, this happened at Highland War. This is another Highland War story, but it was a newbie knockabout tournament. So it was a tournament that happened the end of the day. If I remember correctly, this was a torchlight tournament, but I believe it happened on the Friday before the war. So the war would typically happen on a Saturday. It might have been the Saturday, but I don't remember feeling like really tired or beat up. I might have just had a nap. I don't know. I was in my 20s. Anyway, things were different then. Now I'd probably need a nap that'll last 2 days. Anyway, not the point. Thing is that at this newbie knockabout tournament, you had to be in for less than 2 years. You could be squired or belted. It wasn't an unbelted tournament, but it was just you had to have been in the SCA for less than 2 years. Now, here's the part that's important, okay? My knight, he had been knighted by this period of time. Edward the Sinister had been knighted, so he was Sir Edward the Sinister. And there was another knight there, Sir Killian MacTaggart, okay? Now, I haven't talked about Killian yet. Another great man, really kind, really helpful, a good fighter as well. So, but nonetheless, I'll tell stories about him later. But here's the thing, okay? I'm a man-at-arms. I'm not a squire. I'm a man-at-arms to Sir Taliesin. Sir Edward, had, 2, maybe 3 squires at that time? And then Sir Killian had 1 squire, okay, that I remember. Anyway, as it turns out, this newbie knockabout tournament, only a couple of their squires, like one of each squire, could participate because they were in that newbie category, and I was as well with Sir Taliesin. We go up to the tournament, and Sir Killian is sitting here, Sir Ed is sitting here, and Taliesin's like, I want my chair right there. So we go around, I take his chair, and fold it out and put it down right next to Sir Ed. And I'm standing there waiting because I need to go and get ready for the fight. And Taliesin's like, okay, I make sure that he's good. And then I'm going to go. Well, I'm standing there as I'm, getting him all set up and everything else like that. And Ed and Killian are talking about how, like, oh, well, my squire's going to beat your squire. Oh, well, my squire's going to beat your squire. And Taliesin, he looks at both of them. He goes, well, my man-at-arms is going to kick both your squires' butt. And they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. So I go off and I chuckle, I go off and I start getting my armor on and I get ready. And I had just moved to a much smaller shield. I had made a much smaller shield because the shield I used to have, the heater shield, was really large. And it wasn't cumbersome, but like it caused me to stay motionless, stay very still, be what was called a static fighter. I would just stay there and wait until somebody came up, and then I would just move around and do what I did. But I didn't move much. By going to a smaller shield, that forced me to have to move. I hadn't used it in a fighter practice or anything else. I hadn't practiced with it at all. I had just finished making it. And so I was a little bit nervous because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up these shots. I'll be out within the first 2 rounds. So anyway, I go out there and I've got this heater shield. And the first person I'm up against is Ed Squire, right? Sorry, this is just, it's hilarious to me now with the, with hindsight and stuff like that. But anyway, at the time, her name was Adrian Nachbanai. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it meant something like Adrian the Cat. I don't know. That's just what I was told. That was her name. That's her name. It's actually different now. It's Adrian D. Callias. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly at all. I believe she was Crown Princess or Crown King of the West or something. I believe she lives in Colorado. She is a knight in the SCA now. I've got some more funny stories to tell about her at another point at a Highland War when she first started fighting. I've never taken more damage in my cup. Deservedly. Not the point. Anyway, like I deserved it. Okay. Anyway, the whole thing, those are stories time. So The first person I'm up against is Adrian. And I've fought her before, but I haven't fought with this shield. And she is an aggressive fighter, like at the time. And I'm like, oh crap. I mean, I haven't fought her in years, so I don't know about now, but she was aggressive then. And I'm just like, oh man. So they yell lay on. And so we both hit our shields like we're ready. And she just like has her sword and her shield down, and she just comes strutting in at me, and I'm like, oh crap, here we go. And so like, I wait until she gets close. She throws 3 shots, bam, bam, bam. I pick them all up with the corner of my shield. Because like she throws here, I catch it. She brings it back around. I catch it with the opposite side of the shield. She brings it back around. She's going to go for a leg shot. I catch that with the corner of the shield. And then she takes a step back. You're just kind of like, and I take a step back. I look down at my shield and I'm like, okay, I've got this. I'm more mobile than I expect. So I smack my shield and we start going at it. I come in on her. I'm like, I can be aggressive now. And so I start moving, and I'm bad at moving, but I'm coming at her and everything else like that. And finally I managed to do a scorpion wrap over the head, over the top, which was one of my moves that I use a lot, because being a taller person, you get into these habits. Anyway, going through the whole tournament. Now it's a torchlight tournament, so as it gets dark and everything else like that, I'm having a little bit more trouble seeing because like it's getting dark, but also like I have an astigmatism, and so like things are a little bit weird. But it was a whole lot of fun. It was a unique experience. I remember Sir Malcolm, and Sir William were in the background. Sir Malcolm was Sir William's squire at one point. They are both knights now. They both fight with heaters and stuff like that. And I remember one of them going, oh, like, where'd you learn those techniques from, like, with the heater? And I was like, I believe I got it from watching you, sir. Anyway, and everybody's just laughing and whatnot, because I had lost to them many times. They're great fighters, great people. But anyway, so working through the tournament and everything else like that, and finally, I think I had to fight Adrian once again. And I had to fight like a one-off bit, like, there was a fighter had to go out or something like that, and so it kind of made the numbers uneven. Anyway, it worked out where I came down to the finals. And I came down to the finals against Sir Killian's squire, Tiberius. He had a Roman persona, fought in Lorca armor and stuff like that, and he fought with a center boss style shield. So you hold it in the middle and you kind of use it to protect your body. It varies size. Anyway, this hand here is like me, like working kind of with it with a shield or a sword. Anyway, habits. Thing is that Tiberius, he comes out there, and it was best 2 out of 3. And first round, like, he was taking it kind of slow, like, being very cautious and whatnot. And I end up killing him. I don't quite remember. I think I threw a shot, a flat snap, and I think I got him like after a bit of an exchange. Well, anyway, next one, he ended up killing me. It took a moment. He take my legs, I'm down on the ground, and then he ends up like getting me in the head. But what really was important was, of course, the third match, because it was like, okay, this is winner takes all, So what ends up happening is he's coming out there, and I'm watching, and he's pushing that center boss out and kind of at an angle. And I'm like, well, I'm not used to moving very much because of how large my shield was. It was restrictive. My armor was restrictive. And so I had been changing that up. And so I'm like, okay, things are a little different now. So when he gets within range, I take one step to my right and I just throw a shot right in between his sword and his shield, because he's got him kind of like this. I throw a shot right into his chest and killed him. I won the tournament. And my knight was just like, yeah, of course he wasn't gonna like let on. He was just like kind of like, I told you guys, and they were just like a little bit gobsmacked, which was hilarious. But it was incredible moments like that just they stick in my mind, and they've been a part of me all these years, and I love telling them, and I want other people to experience it as well for themselves. So that's why I'm sharing all these stories. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day. And come on back at another point. We'll have more stories for you. Check you later.